Hello friends, welcome to part 4 of the series where we are going to see more ways to call the use effect hooks. So first way which we are going to see to use the use effect hook is to have the calling the use effect hooks only once. So only once means just what we are going to do, we are going to mimic the component did mount lifecycle method so that it is been called only once. So for that, let me create, as usual we will do it first with the class based component. So enough of counters, so we learn a new thing, class mouse.js. so rce and so r const and x is 0 comma y is 0, and then so what we are going to do, this is a small program to track the mouse counter, mouse position and show it on the screen. So initial is axis this dot state dot x, y is this dot state dot y, and we save it. Class mouse, so auto import is done. Let me save it, and just it is showing it. It will be great to have a comma here. Yeah, so now what we want the component did mount, so it will run on, as you might know, the component did mount lifecycle method runs only once during the initial render. So we are adding a window dot event window dot add event listener, mouse move comma this dot log mouse position. So we are going to create this function now, log mouse position when the mouse moves. So log mouse position equal to, it will give e this dot set state x will be e dot client x. So this client x, this is a thing which is in the browser, and y is e dot client y. So this event listener was created, and this will track the event. Let me now move my mouse. Yeah, it is working properly. It is tracking my mouse and updating it. So now the same thing we need to do it with use effect. So like this component did mount, it was called only once, so we will do the same thing. Hook mouse dot js RAFCE. So I have this nice plugin for this, all these shortcuts, this one. So hook mouse is there, and we need both use state, use effect. Then we need to create two state variables, x set x equal to use state 0 and y set y is 0. Okay, so then inside the div, hooks x equal to x comma y is y, and then the use effect. Again, this all have come. We need this. Hook use effect called. Let me have this, and I wanted event list now. Let me copy it from here. I don't need this, and I will create it here. Just I need to have this set x, which is equal to e dot client x and set y e dot client y. So these two things, and everything is done actually. Hook mouse so see, yeah, it is working fine. If I go to inspect element and go to console, see hooks effect call. Okay, the older one is also showing. Okay, let me refresh it. Okay, so hook use effect is called. Okay, this get called, and see, even the state getting updated, but it is not getting called. Why? Because of this is small, this empty array. This empty array is very powerful. It means that it have to mimic this component did mount, and it have to run only once. So this is how we run use effect only once, and it is very useful sometimes to do the API calls also, this empty array. So now we will see the use effect with cleanup. So what is use effect with cleanup? Use effect with cleanup means we will see it like component will unmount. So there is a component will unmount is there, which is done when we want to clean some of these things, like add event listener is there. We want to remove that event listener, but why do we want to remove the event listener? So we will check that out. So for that, we need to create a new file, mouse container.js, and again this, then comma use state. Oh, I don't know what it's been called. Use state const display comma set display equal to use state. Again, I don't want this shortcut. Use state of true. Now we are going to have a button, and this button is toggle on click equal to set display not equal to display, and if it is a display then it will call the hook mouse component. So you might have got what is on click of the button, then only the hook mouse button will be called. So let me do this, and then after that this. Now back in hook mouse I want another console log so that we can see how everything is working. So here let me have this console log, and this will be mouse event. Okay, this console log will be mouse event, and now we will not call this hook mouse, we will call this mouse container. We'll call this mouse container. So what is this? So see, use effect was called first. Okay, so this got called first, and then I'm moving it, and the mouse event is increasing. But the thing is that if I toggle this, so then also the mouse event is happening. It should not happen because it is unmounted, that component, because from here this I've toggled, so this I've stopped, but it has unmounted it, but still the mouse event is happening, and we got a big warning also that you need a cleanup function in a use effect. So they have told us that we need a cleanup function. So this will be very easy, but I'm not going I'm also going to show how that cleanup function is done in class-based component, but we are not going to show that. Means in class-based component, if you know, we have a something known as component will unmount is there. So in these cases what we do, this component will unmount will be there, and window dot remove event listener we do, and then the rest of this thing is like this. So if you do this, this will work, this works. So the same thing, how we do it in this our hook mouse. So for that we have to come to the use effect, and here we have to, as it is saying that we need the cleanup function, so we create the cleanup function here itself. So the cleanup function is like this. We will have a return here of a function call, and then here let's have a console log so that I can understand how it is come component unmounting code and same but instead of add it is remove event listener mouse and hop mouse. So this much. So this is the how the cleanup code is been done. So let me refresh it. So first time this hook use effect is called, then this mouse event is getting called, then this mouse event is getting called, then I am clicking on the toggle. So when I click on the toggle, this is getting called. So that's why we got the component unmounting code, and if I move my mouse it is not working. So this is how cleanup is done in React. So this completes our part 4. See you soon in part 5.